Hi guys, welcome back to Unconventional Kathy. Today I'm showing you how I make my cinnamon rolls. During COVID, I went through a bunch of trial and error trying to find the perfect recipe, and I finally figured it out, and I love these. They're gooey and just perfect in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, like my children and husband and family members that are very unbiased people. So just give the recipe a try and let me know what you think. To start off, you're going to need 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of warm milk, 2 large eggs at room temperature, 1/3 cup of butter, another half cup of flour set aside, half a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and here I'm using 1 cup of starter, but if you don't have starter, you could go ahead and use 1 packet of yeast, which in my opinion it comes out better with the regular packet of dry active yeast. If you're using the packet of dry active yeast, you're just going to pour it into your warm milk, put a pinch of sugar, and then just let it rest for 5 minutes. Once you start foaming, you'll go ahead and resume the recipe the way I did with my starter. Here I'm adding my warm milk to my starter, and then if you were using the dry active yeast, this is where you would have your dry active yeast in your milk. Now I'm going to mix my dry ingredients, so I added my salt, my sugar, flour, and I'm mixing them. Remember that extra half cup of flour is still set aside. We might use that later. Now I'm adding my yeast into my flour, and I'm going to add the rest of the wet ingredients to it and then give it a good mix. So once you have all your ingredients mixed, if you see that your dough is still really wet, that's when the half cup of flour is going to come in. So just add a little bit more flour until you see it come together well and it's not so sticky. It's okay if it's a little sticky. This recipe usually tends to be a little sticky, so that's okay. You just don't want it extremely sticky where you can't get it off your hands. You're going to let it rest for 5 minutes, and then you are going to flour wherever you're going to need this, and then drop that dough on there and get ready to work, because you're going to do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. If you have a stand mixer, you can let your stand mixer do the work, but if not, you need to knead this yourself. One day I will add a video on how I do my kneading, but here I tried to slow it down a little bit to show you. I just pull and then fold it over, pull, fold it over, and then roll it and just keep messing with the dough. And then I was done. Here I show you how when I pull it, it's still tearing a little bit, but that's why we're going to let it rest. So add a little bit of oil to wherever you're going to let it rest, and then put your dough smooth side down, roll it in the oil, and then flip it so it's nicely coated. This is going to prevent it from drying out, and then cover it in plastic wrap and let it rest for an hour. At any point during that 1 hour, you're going to get your filling ready. It is 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, half a cup of butter, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. I accidentally did 2 tablespoons of butter in this, but that wasn't correct. That's why you're gonna notice that my cinnamon filling was dry. So after you're done that, you're going to take out after the hour, you're going to take out your dough that should double in size. Look at that stretch that the dough now has. This was it before, and now that it's rested, it is so stretchy and perfect. So you're gonna roll this out. I just roll it into one big rectangle. You're going to roll this into a 25 by 15 inch rectangle. It does not have to be perfect. That's just to give you an idea of how big you want it. Then you're going to spread your cinnamon sugar filling as evenly as possible. It does not have to be perfect, but you just want to make sure that it is mostly completely covered, I'd say. Then you're going to start rolling it. When you roll, you can kind of pull it towards you a little bit as you roll, just to make sure that you're getting nice tight rolls. Remember guys, I am not a professional. I learned how to do these cinnamon rolls myself in my kitchen, and I just figured out a way to make delicious cinnamon rolls without having to be an expert in cinnamon rolls or baking. So don't worry if it's not coming out perfect. It's okay, it'll taste great in the end. So then once I have my log rolled out, I cut it in half and then place them side by side so I can cut even, or try to be even, and cut even cinnamon rolls out. Once you have all your cinnamon rolls cut up, you're going to line a dish with parchment paper and you're going to start laying down your cinnamon rolls. They can be close to each other. You don't want them touching at this point. Once they rise for an hour, it's okay if they're touching, but just at this point, give them some space to rise some. 1 hour later, my cinnamon rolls have risen a little bit, and I am pouring half a cup of heavy whipping cream over the top. This is the secret. This is what gets them all gooey and yummy. So do not skip this step. If you don't have heavy whipping cream, you can use milk, but heavy whipping cream is going to give you the best results. You also want to warm up the heavy whipping cream. You don't want it to be hot, you just want it to be warm. Once you pour all your heavy whipping cream over your rolls, they are ready to start baking. You're going to bake at 375 for 20 to 22 minutes or until golden. If the centers are not done yet and it needs more baking time, that's okay. But if they are browning, just cover them and let them finish baking that way so the tops don't burn. As soon as your cinnamon rolls are done baking, you can start mixing up your icing. The icing is going to be 2 cups of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of butter, and about 3 to 4 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. If it seems like it's too thick, you can add a little bit of heavy whipping cream, but you're going for this consistency. Then you can start icing your cinnamon rolls. I never wait for them to cool down all the way. You're supposed to, but I just get impatient, and it's never really hurt them. So ice your cinnamon rolls when you'd like to. But that's it guys, that's all to the cinnamon rolls. I hope you guys give this recipe a try and that you enjoy it as much as myself and my family do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please remember to like and subscribe to my channel and keep an eye out for more videos. Bye.